Either you have to settle for open relationship, or you have to be a sugar daddy, or you have to be a sugar baby. The infamous divorce between David Geffen, 83, who married a 30 something 33-year-old guy. They just got a divorce. Relationship won't make you happy. Another person physically cannot make you happy. Every time I open Instagram, it seems like there are no available men for dating. Either you have to settle for open relationship, or you have to be a sugar daddy, or you have to be a sugar baby, or there's something else, or there are just no emotional men available. Now, if you are going through a divorce and you are open to dating, and maybe you have this notion that you didn't want to get a divorce because you didn't want to get to dating because dating sucks. And this video is for you because we're gonna unpack this notion that there are no available men, and I'm gonna unpack it from the standpoint of like you are healing after divorce and you're ready to date after divorce, and there's an internet is screaming at you that either you have to settle for open relationship. If it is your thing, more power to you. And if it is not your thing, we're going to talk about what to do about it. And also the where are all emotionally available men, because there's so much to unpack, especially for a gay man in high demanding career. And listen, what I'm going to share with you, this is not going to be just like theoretical thing that I learned from the books or like from lectures when I went to school to be a psychotherapist or a psychologist. This is something that I lived through because as a person who like for since probably 17, I was in a very intense, high demanding careers, multiple. I was sign language interpreter. I started my private practice as a psychotherapist, as a therapist. I was working at local schools and mental health centers in Moscow. As I was running my private practice, I moved to the United States. I was working in healthcare. I was working in mental health field. I was working in tech, and now I'm running my business. I am doing consulting as well, and I just opened my private practice as a hypnotherapist. And I also have family life, and my family life is happy, harmonious. It's no far from perfect, and this is the evidence that the happiness is available on the other side. And also, kind of what I was saying before, that having a partner in your life, it's not the definition of you winning in life. But let's break it down. No available man. Everybody wants open relationship. Everybody wants something. So now it's really important to like kind of what I was talking about in the previous videos, why we're not attracting men who are equal to us. And I'm not talking about the same man, because if you're attracting the same men just as you are, maybe you will get along, but you attract the men that psychologically you recognize the pattern, you are comfortable with the pattern, and you settle for it. So there are a few patterns that constantly or often visible in men in high demanding careers. This is something that I've noticed. This is not from textbook. So the pattern number one, I handle this, or it's handled. How does it show? I handle this, or it's handled. Meaning you are looking for you are type A, you're a high achiever. You can do everything. And this is, by the way, this is my pattern. Like I recognize this pattern in myself. So you solve problems. And when it comes to relationship, It's easier for you to solve a problem with a relationship, with money, with resources, with just being available, with picking a partner who, this is where inequality comes, by the way. You are picking a partner who will use your resources, use your energy, use your desire, use your money, use your emotional capacity, and he will be just good enough to like just be around. But when it comes to very deep connection, there's something missing. Either he is coming short when it comes to the household, and the household is probably the last area that will come to the surface because, like, when you date, so you normally meet, like, I don't know. Let's just be honest. You meet on the apps, right? You met on Sniffies or Grinder or whatever online dating services, and then, like, maybe you go on a date. Maybe you jump straight into action, and then you find connection. There's something clicking, right? And then you consciously or unconsciously starting running, like, a checklist, like, okay, so he is emotional, like, I need an emotional available man. He's kind of emotional. He's like, we're kind of having a really good time. We're kind of having connection. So, and then you, after probably a month or two, you'll start noticing, like, okay, this is where things are not lining up. And instead of you giving the opportunity your new date, your new partner, to fix it for them, like for or themselves, you either fix it for them. For example, let's say you're dating and you are in a more privileged position where you can just say, hey, like, you can just move in with me so we can see each other more often. And normally, and like, you're jumping into it because, like, whether maybe the meetings and dates were inconsistent, maybe they were not as like that as frequent as you would like, so you offer your place to stay, and that your partner jumps on board, and then they're staying with you. Maybe your partner is having, like, I don't know, like, financial difficulties. And those difficulties, they're just there. And you are offering support, and you're supportive, and, like, money is not the problem for you. Um, you have a really good career, you're running a business, or you have six-figure positions, so you can afford to swing both of you, right? And you become this unconscious sugar daddy in a way, but it's not sugar daddy relationship. Your partner is not because of your money, by the way. This is not what it is. But it's easier for you to become this provider, to carry everything on your shoulder and say, you know what, like, I have the money, might as well. So, and you start solving that. And the extreme example of it is probably the infamous divorce between David Geffen, 83, who married a 30 something, 33-year-old guy. They just got a divorce. And if you look at the internet, this is this is not something that you see every day, right? Like, and the guys that I see in my practice and what I am seeing in the wild, it's not like that. It's not like a billionaire hires, like, a person that they met on the sugar daddy website, or they were in, like, some sort of financial services, or sexual services for the money were involved. And then, it gets so messy where like there are substances involved and there's a big divorce and there are like millions of dollars of like whatever alimony and settlement. You don't see that in real life, but it is a good illustration when uh instead of being honest with your emotional needs, what you actually need emotionally, you put a fix in terms of financial fix for that. So you pay for it no matter what. You don't challenge your partner's decisions in terms of like their job search, for example. And I'm not saying that your partner should match your income. It's not like if you make six figures, your partner should make six figures. If your business making $1 million a year, your partners should also run a similar business. I'm not saying that. There are many couples where one partner financially supports the other or sponsors um, hobbies and interest and growth of their partners. And that's completely normal. And I don't want to shame that part. When it becomes problematic when you are not addressing your emotional needs, because not everything is about money. Not everything is about income. Not It's about harmony and connection with your relationship. And this is where a relationship become unequal. It's not that your partner doesn't do anything or doesn't pull the weight. It is simply the thing is that you need to be honest with your desires, what you want where you want your partner to meet. And this is excellent way, by the way, to address with a professional. So, for example, there are many modalities that you can explore it with. With hypnotherapy specifically, you can explore the patterns that are running unconsciously. You can explore what you actually need, what you actually want, and why you are doing the thing that you're doing. So, and the solution here is not necessarily, okay, you know what? If my partner is not making six figures, if they're not a successful entrepreneur, if they're not a doctor or even a nurse practitioner or whatever in my field, I'm not gonna date them. This is not the answer. The answer is finding partners who are emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually can meet you at the same level of your needs that you need to be met at, and also can you satisfy them? Can you satisfy them? Now, that's one part. This is one big pattern that I'm seeing in successful gay men. Gay men with the money. Like, the dream guy. You have a good job, you have a good profession, you have a good career. Like, everybody wants to date you on paper, right? And you are settling on the guys who are not emotionally mature or available or can meet you where you're at. And you're taking care of them financially. Uh, it's a mess. Right. And the answer is here is to be really radically honest with yourself, what you need in your partner, and have that conversation with your partner and have that conversation with yourself. Pattern number two. Pattern number two is no available man. No available man means like you have a laundry list of requirements that you cannot satisfy yourself. And yes, you have a decent job. Yes, you have a decent, like, you well developed, you well versed, you're the dream guy, but your requirements are so high, and that those high requirements, by the way, they often come from the place of insecurity. You were hurt before. Um, Again, you were not honest or you were not fully aware or conscious of your psychological needs. So you dated guys who are not emotionally available, cannot provide for your relationship, or cannot pull the weight of your relationship. So that becomes this like laundry list of the requirements, or you are living someone else's definition of success. So, here, like number one, I would definitely explore the patterns that like arising, especially after divorce. Like, I would, like, after divorce, in order to heal, community, yes. Um, Self exploration, yes. Self growth, yes. And also working with a professional, either with a hypnotherapist who understands human psychology and can understand and can provide you hypnotherapy, skill set development, and appropriate coaching so you can cope, heal, and grow from your situation, or talk to a mental health professional if it is more serious than that. So, like, uh, it's a part of the healing process. So, uh, with with that, it's important to address that directly. Also, I want to address another pattern that everybody wants open relationship. Not everybody wants open relationship. Not everybody wants open relationship. Um, like I would. I also, this is a such an interesting topic that I would invite you to explore. What is what is your issue with open relationship, right? um why it's not acceptable to you, and also what is acceptable to you, like what form of intimacy, what form of closeness is acceptable to you. So that is really important, to be radically honest with yourself, because what you see on social media, what you see on dating apps, it's not real life, right? It's not a real life. Dating is a process. It's the perfect the perfect guy lands in your life when you are completely completely self-efficient and satisfied with yourself, when you're not desperately needing it. Because one of the things when it comes to relationship won't make you happy. Another person physically cannot make you happy, because until you really realize your core value, what is important for you, what is important for your happiness outside of relationship, the same pattern will run itself over and over and over again. So be crystal clear what you're looking for in your partner. So for that, I encourage you to book a consultation with me, or if it is not me, talk to a professional about your what you need in the relationship. Work with your healing. And by the way, we're gonna talk about, like, in the next episode, I would like to not talk specifically how I work in my private practice as a registered hypnotherapist in Washington, and work with gay men across the United States, implementing um, hypnotherapy and evidence-based methods in my practice, as with integration with coaching, with guidance, and with very custom services specifically for gay men, and how it transforms lives, and how it can help you specifically. So, and it's a part of the healing. It's a part of the healing. So, to summarize, we name three patterns. Like, pattern number one, It's when you like, I'll, I'll handle it. Pattern number two is when you see there are no available men, right? There are no available men. Pattern number three, when you have a laundry list of men who are of the requirements that how your men should be on paper. And the last pattern is just everybody wants open relationship. But again, if you're seeing it on the surface, what is behind this? And like, I think it is like every obstacle that you see in your dating life, it is an invitation to deeper. Why? Like, it's a pattern. So why you're ending up in this pattern specifically? What is about you? It's not that it is not your fault, but what is about you that it keeps showing up in your life, right? In your movie. Because, like, for example, like when I was dating, nobody offered me open relationship, right? Like, that's a fact. Everybody want to kind of date and get married and have kids or not have kids. That's my life, right? But whenever I talk to guys, they end up with like pair up or dating with guys and they are in an open relationship. Some guys, they're settling down and they're completely closing um from friends, community, and it's just them and their boo and nobody else from the outside can reach them. That is like this is something that I see. So, what you're seeing in your reality, it is invitation to explore deeper patterns in yourself, in your life, and more importantly, understand what do you want, what do you need to be happy, to be radically honest, radically accepting of your needs and work on them. Because happiness after divorce is absolutely possible, and relationship, jumping into another relationship, yes, it can be powerful healing path, but I'm here to tell you that you don't need another human to be happy, to be heard, to be fulfilled, and to live amazing fulfilled life. So go be happy. I believe in you. Love is out there. Happiness is out there. Whatever it might look like for you.